land guys are the worst at this. Land guys are like happy. They're like, contract anything, just get it under contract. And so they're super top heavy. They'll have 20, 30 contracts closing, maybe one a month, two a month. And I'm like, nope, doesn't work.
We're on fire. We wrote 17 contracts last week.
Whenever people talk about their close rate, I said, that's great. The other part of that is, what is that in ratio to? How many active contracts do you have to have your hands on every day in order to get that close rate? That tells me more about your operation than anything. So a lot of people get confused when I ask that, because I said, they're like, what do you mean? Land guys are the worst at this. Land guys are like happy. They're like, contract anything, just get it under contract. And so they're super top heavy. They'll have 20, 30 contracts closing, maybe one a month, two a month. And I'm like, nope, doesn't work.
We're on fire. We wrote 17 contracts last week. It's like, ooh.
And that's the question I ask most people. Everyone uses that term closed very loosely. And even TC companies. I can tell you for a fact we handle well over 1,000 contracts. We close around 700 of those. Some of those roll into the new year. That's a pretty good termination rate, because we make sure if we see high term rates above 20%, we're flagging your account and reaching out to you.
I can tell you this. I've been doing this for 23 years, and I have over a 99% close rate. We write a contract like it is our intention to close it.
People are getting better at it.
Yeah, but you also are not okay with it, but you have that that integrity of like, hey, I put my name on this damn thing. Yeah. A lot of people don't have that.
And experience. I mean, you don't, like I say, you don't know what you don't know. A lot of those guys are marketing. I ask how they market too, because I'm like, what kind of fruit are you going after?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I got to tell you this. So there's a guy that buys houses in Dallas. May or may not have put a house under contract recently.
When you say buy houses, do you mean
he actually buys? He actually buys. But you know, he kind of is always pontificating online and lecturing people. And like, you know,
Casey and I are
we
both
can't
like,
name names.
who is he talking about?
Where's my database?
He's talking about.
You see these guys advertising, and it's like, oh, they bought that house we were bidding on. And, you know, 2 weeks later, you get a call like, those people still want to sell it. Like, no, you sold to so-and-so. I heard. You know, or I thought you already sold it. Oh, well, that deal didn't work out. And last week, one of those things happened, and the person that had it under contract,
I know exactly what you're talking about,
reached out to my
my
act team and was like, good luck with that. I mean, I tell you this, your team's processing the assignment and is closing next week.
I know exactly
and
what
I'm
you're
doing the loan
about.
on it. So it's kind of like.
And that person might have brought it to me to look at.
So using your eyes, tell me who he's talking about.
Okay, I'm going to do Morse code.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
You don't know? Yeah, you do.
I don't know how to do it. Yeah, well.
Oh, that guy? That guy?
I love him to death, and it's part of his business. And it's fine.
Yes.
I'm not knocking him at all. Love you.
I mean, that is the number one issue with running a TC business, is like, what is the actual skill of your client? Because there's so much in your control and so much not. And so I have to vet. I will work with no newbies. I'm like a boutique. You have to have gone and eat some in order to value a TC. Like, you really do. And then there's these acquisition guys where we'll go back to them and ask them, we'll be like, what did you promise them? What did you say? Do you know how this works? Because now we have to unravel what you just promised them. So I actually do a lot of training on onboarding, where I say, this is how you pass the baton. This is what you say. This is what you write. And then you shut up and you let me do my job. I can't have you micromanaging.